A little more experience with React Router. Hopefully this is a little easier to wrap our heads around. We said we could have routes for different rooms. So how about that? What if in main we do something like that? Or heck, maybe we do it all the way up at app. Yeah, maybe we do it all the way up at app. Let's put a switch in here. Import route switch. From React Router DOM. Doom, I keep saying DOM. Okay. So now we have main and we have sign in. Suppose it makes a fair amount of sense for those to be different routes, doesn't it? Probably does. So we want something like, well, we'll put a switch. We'll have a route. And that route will have a path of slash sign in. Sure. And that will go to the signing component. Then we'll have another route with the path of slash rooms slash room name. And that will need to use a render prop because we have to actually pass in some props, don't we? We have to pass in user and sign out. So we won't be able to just put component equals main. So we'll have to put something like render equals and then this. Notice I put parentheses here, not curly braces. If I put if I'd put curly braces, I would have to say return here. But if it's a one-line arrow function, return is implicit. So by wrapping it in parentheses, I'm effectively making it one line. Now we learned something else. If you use a render prop like this, you don't automatically get history, location, and match passed in. Because you're writing the JSX, you're deciding what props go to it. So if you want those, the good news is they are passed in as an argument to your arrow function automatically. I'll call them nav props. And if we want to pass them on to our component, I can do that. And that breaks them out into the individual pieces. So remember we had our signed in thing here, so let's hold on to that thought for a moment. What are you complaining about? Does it have a legitimate complaint here? Yeah, I've actually got a syntax error. What'd I do wrong?
You didn't close your second row before switch.
Oh, no, I didn't. I must have... Oh, yeah, right, because I reused that, it looks like. Yep. Right. Now, let's go localhost 3000 / sign-in. And I get the sign-in page. Localhost 3000 / rooms / something / oh gosh, my / new. No, it still goes to the right place. But if I say rooms / general, then I get my chat room. And I'm hoping, let's look at main. React, DevTools, look at main. And I do have history, location, and match. So I can get to that param with match. Params, room name, general. Sweet. So what I probably want to do in main is do something with that, right? To actually put it in state. Because I have the room stored in state. But now I've only got the room name. Shucks. Well, let's see what we can do here. We probably need a constructor now. Probably going to need to receive some props. Maybe. Super props. This dot state equals. We'll start it out in no room at all. Then we'll say this dot load room. Name. This dot props dot match dot params dot room name. And I don't know the description. And we probably need to do this on component did update too. So if the props change, we do the same. So again, we'll say if this dot that passes in the previous props, right? So if previous props dot match dot params dot room name not equal to this dot props dot match dot params dot room name, then we want to call this dot load room with that room name. Cool. This is the beginning of the nothing room. So that didn't work. Let's look at main. State, room, empty object. This dot props dot match dot params dot room name. So our props match params room name general. So what's going on here? How come it didn't change the room? When we first load, we have the props. We call load room and we pass in something with a name. We call this dot set state room with whatever object we passed in here. That should be general. But it's not happening. Our state is not right, but our props look right. Props.state.room is not right. This.props.match.params.roomName. This.props.match.params.roomName. I do call super here, so I can use my props. Oh, right. I don't have this dot props yet because I'm in the constructor. That's why we have to pass props in as an argument here. It's just props, not this dot props. Because we haven't even run the constructor yet, we don't have that set. So, that didn't fix it. Can't call set state on a component that is not yet mounted. Right. So how about instead of doing that in the constructor, we do that in component did mount. We'll do it in component did mount and component did update. Call load room with whatever's in there. Now it says the very beginning of the general room. If I change it to S2 morning, now I'm in the S2 morning room. Just by changing the URL. Now I no longer have my description here, but we can worry about that later. Add a route for specific rooms.